Here with M3 Media at Rock Farm, which is the home of Mark Loughnane Racing, but that also means it's the home of 17-year-old superstar jockey Billy Loughnane. He has hopes of being the Champion Apprentice this year, and now we get an opportunity to find out a little bit more about him and the season he's had. You're always smiling whenever I see you on track. You've kind of like got this aura about you that you seem a pretty happy character. But your dad has already explained to me and referenced it there that sort of behind the scenes there's a real fire in your stomach. Have you always had that? Have you always had a real desire to win?
Yeah, I think so. Even when I was pony racing, I had a few sort of telling offs and I did the wrong thing. Pony racing, even then I just always wanted to win, always wanted to do whatever I could to win. So I've always been competitive since I've been born, really.
Where does that come from, Mark?
I would say my side, I want to win. Every time I have a winner, win is the next winner. And in our industry, if you just lie down and not worry when the next winner is coming, then you won't get winners. You need to have fire in your belly, you need to be hungry.
But when, for you personally, did you sort of have a sense of, God, I'm really nailing this. This is going really well for me, or do you not even feel that now?
January was a massive month for me. I had loads of winners through January, and it sort of put me on the map a bit. I had my first winner for Godolphin and a few trebles, and like January was class.
I love that. But just in terms of riding for your dad and the opportunities he's given you, I find it really interesting. There's loads of father-son combinations in racing, but I think your dad's situation is pretty unique.
I didn't go to school one day and I ended up in a racing yard. I never left. And I just got the bug, and I think I passed it on to Billy. He's got the bug since he was born, and he's always wanted to be his jockey as long as we can remember. I've lived the dream, really, and I've met a lot of good people.
From a father's point of view, how does it feel watching him ride these winners, make all the headlines, people talking about him as such a superstar?
As a father, proud as punch, if I'm honest. He's achieved more in 7 months than I've done in 30 years. So when I'm watching him coming up the gallops or in a race, I get a little nervous, but it's just great to be watching.
Switching from father mode into trainer mode, if you possibly can with him, what is it, do you think, that is the real star quality he has? You know, lots of kids have talent, but what has taken him from just the talented kid in the saddle to riding out his claim faster than the likes of Ryan Moore, Asheem Murphy, William Buick? I mean, what is it that takes him to that top echelon?
Ever since he's been young, he was always driven, no matter what he done, let it be football, let it be cycling a bike, he always wanted to be the best. He always tried hard, and that's one thing he has. He's got a bit of guts in his belly, and he tries, and that's what's got him where he is, I think. We didn't think it'd take off as quick, but when he rode his first winner to his second winner to his third winner, I gave him quite an opportunity. I was firing him up on loads because I believed in him, and it's so different for trainers to be putting other kids on. He's my own, so if I can push him, it's, we're in trouble.
For all it looks like it's all gone hunky-dory for him, there has been some hiccups along the road. How does he cope with them?
When he's on screen, everything is butter with melt, but Billy is quite competitive, and when he broke his thumb, he thought he was going to be back within 2 weeks, and I'm trying to say, Billy, it's not going to be 2 weeks, you have 3 fractures, son. And he came back in 3, which is incredible. He was in that cryotherapy and he'd done everything to get back. It's not been plain sailing, and he, closest, nearest and dearest see a different side to Bill sometimes, but he was a little bit frustrated when it happened. He's his own worst critic, and I think that's why he's as good as he is.
He was my first ever ride.
Were you nervous?
I was bricking it, yeah.
Were you?
I was, yeah. I was definitely a nervous wreck that day. Newcastle it was, on the 24th of October.
This is a lad that we should definitely talk about, Billy. This is Swiss Rose, straight in from the field. He's living his best life here, isn't he?
Yeah, Swiss Rose, my first ever winner.
What was that moment like? Relief, joy, happiness,
I think a bit of everything. There's definitely no feeling like crossing the line in front, and it's there's a massive rush when it's your first one.
From your point of view, you guys obviously have a really close relationship. I can see that, and you take the mick out of each other. You must be proud of him in a way as well.
Yeah, I've been blessed with what I've got, really. Even before I started riding, every weekend for the last 3 years. We were pony racing religiously every weekend, and for no prize money, for no nothing, just for the fact of me wanting to learn. So no, I've been blessed. I've lived in a beautiful place. I've been around horses all my life, and I've had a massive head start.
Is there any sense of, not sadness, but like, is there a sense of he's going to outgrow you? He kind of already is and already has. Do you feel that at all?
Yeah, quite a lot actually. I never told him this, but we've been together all his life. Like, he's at my heels all his life, and the last couple of weeks and months, I can't get him. And when he's gone away, he's staying at Newmarket and waiting for Mr. Bowie and different trainers. And yeah, it's, for me inside, I feel a bit sad, really, but for him as a person, he has to go, and I can't stop him. I want him to be the best he can, and for that, he will outgrow me. But I'm always here, and I'll always have a yard of 50, hopefully 60 horses, that if he ever gets a blip in the road, that he can come back and sit up on, you know. But it's a little sad, really, yeah.
When does Billy Loughnane ever have a doubt in his mind? Like, do you feel that? Do you have that sense of doubt, ever?
Not really. I think you just got to back yourself to know that you're as good as anyone else, and that sort of, if you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect people to believe in you to get on the horse? If you don't have belief in yourself that you're good enough, they're not going to be able, they might not have the same belief in you as well. So you've got to always back yourself, and I think challenge yourself to do better.